Hello, Commanders fans. Today we have some hot news that you can't miss, so get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to the most passionate fans of the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. Commanders Marshon Lattimore under fire after NFL pundit reveals the raw truth. It's been a big year for Marshon Lattimore. Marshon Lattimore's return to health is a key dynamic behind another bold playoff push for the Washington Commanders. In 2025, one NFL analyst went a step further, boldly proclaiming that the team's defensive aspirations hinge on the cornerback's performance levels. Things didn't go well for Lattimore last season. He looked a shadow of his former self, hampered by a hamstring complication that limited his explosiveness. The former first-round pick fought valiantly to help, but there was nothing he could do to turn things around. Fortunately, things are looking brighter now. Lattimore has had the time he needed to fully recover. He looked fresh and energetic during Washington's mandatory minicamp. The four-time Pro Bowler also revealed that he's feeling good and ready to remind the world why he was once considered one of the league's most talented shutout coverage players. Marshon Lattimore enters career crossroads with Commanders in 22-5. That's the biggest bright spot imaginable, with the potential to change everything. Pro Football Focus Dalton Wasserman agrees. The analyst also pointed to Lattimore's precarious situation as a reason he could bounce back in a big way when the competition begins. Washington's cornerbacks ranked last in the NFL in coverage grade by PFF last season. The team traded Marshon Lattimore earlier this year to help the cause, but he appeared in just 5 games for the Commanders due to a hamstring injury and received a coverage grade of 40.7 from PFF. The team needs Lattimore to return to a high level, and he needs to play better to extend his career since he no longer has guaranteed money on his contract after this season. The Commanders weren't going to give up on Lattimore so early in his career in Washington. Adam Peters acknowledged the extenuating circumstances associated with his departure. He believes a full off-season to recover and prepare effectively could yield substantial rewards in 2025. Obviously, Commanders will offer $32 million per year contract if history has taught us anything. It's that it's probably too early to overreact to the ongoing contract dispute between the Washington Commanders and NFL All-Pro wide receiver Terry McLaurin. To that end, there's been a curious development in recent weeks after Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer reported that McLaurin was seeking somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 million per year, and Fox Sports NFL insiders Jordan Schultz reported that McLaurin was frustrated without an offer. In practice, at $30 million per year, the only number of years we can reasonably expect the Commanders to back down would be a 5-year, $150 million request from McLaurin. Anything else you'd want him to sign right now, unless the fight is over guaranteed money. In terms of annual salary, the most important thing to remember is that $30 million is probably too low for an NFL All-Pro wide receiver and undisputed WR1 on a Super Bowl contender. The smart move would be to get ahead of the market a bit with an offer between $32 million and $33 million per year. That would put McLaurin in the top 5 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL in 2025 and keep him in the top 10 through at least 2026. Playing devil's advocate on the McLaurin deal, while we can laugh all day long at the whole "until Terry McLaurin gets paid" meme subgenre that's been floating around the internet, it's important to try to see things from the Commander's perspective on the deal. Even if we don't necessarily like or agree with it, the Commanders basically have two options when it comes to trying to negotiate a reduction in McLaurin's number. First, his age. He turns 30 in September, and there is no one over the age of 30 in the NFL's top 10 receiving yards in 2024. Then, there are his stats. While McLaurin has had 5 consecutive seasons with 1,000 receiving yards, he has only finished in the NFL's top 10 in receptions once, in 2022, when he ranked 10th with 1,191 yards. He has also only finished in the top 10 in receiving touchdowns once, when he ranked second with 13 touchdowns in 2024. Commanders weigh high-profile trade. Mark Andrews could be Jaden Daniels' new target. The Washington Commanders are determined to turn their solid 2024 campaign into an even bolder run to the Super Bowl in 2025. And according to recent speculation, a high-impact move could be on the horizon. The possible arrival of tight end Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens. According to Anthony Palacios of the Last Word on Sports website, the Commanders are among the top candidates to close a trade for Andrews, who has been the subject of frequent rumors this offseason. The idea is bold, but it makes sense for a team that reached the NFC Championship last season and wants to take the next step. Even after signing veteran Zach Ertz for another season, Washington is still looking to bolster its tight end unit. And Andrews, one of the most talented and dangerous TEs in the league when healthy, could be the ideal piece to elevate Jaden Daniels' offense. Even with Zach Ertz returning, the Commanders could add a big name to the group, providing relief and sharing the responsibility with the veteran. Andrews may not be in the prime of his career anymore, but he still has a lot to offer, and alongside Ertz, could form one of the most feared duos in the NFC. Palacios wrote, "It's worth remembering that Andrews enters the final year of his contract in 2025, and the Ravens already appear to have found a replacement in Isaiah Likely, which makes a trade feasible and, to some extent, logical for both franchises. For Washington, which is looking for more consistent weapons for young and promising quarterback Jaden Daniels, the arrival of Andrews could be strategic. He would serve not only as a reliable option in critical situations, but also as a real nightmare for opposing defenses in the red zone, with draft capital available and salary cap space to accommodate a potential new contract. General Manager Adam Peters would have all the tools to close the deal, should the opportunity actually present itself. If completed, Mark Andrews' arrival would add immediate firepower to the Commanders' offense and significantly increase the team's chances of going head-to-head with the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East.